Anishayeleni izandla nonke nibahle kakhulu man. I understand it's a very special Sunday today, angithi? Okay. So let's make it even more special. Angithi? All right, kusho ukuthi I'm going to have to summarize my presentation today. Because initially I was told it's 20 minutes, but now I'm told it's 10 minutes. But okusalayo, the message will come across. Angithi? All right. I think last time I stood here, I spoke about being organized. Angithi? So I wanted to expand on that, but then I decided, no man, you can't be organized if you don't make the right choices and decisions. So ngase ngithi no, awuthi ngeke ngibuyele emuva. Ngeke ngiqale ekuthini sike sikhulumeni ngama choices and decisions. Angithi? So ngicela ukubuza umbuzo oyi1 uqala. Imbuzo eyi2 kahle kahle. Do you agree? Ne? Do you agree ukuthi we make choices basically every minute of our lives? If you agree, please lift up your hand. Do you agree? Yes. All right. Do you also agree that we make decisions almost every minute of our lives? Do you agree? By show of hands. All right. So then, if we agree we make choices and decisions literally every second of our lives, then why do we make the wrong choices? Why do we make the wrong decisions? All right. Before we go any further, asking this bege, I chose 3 verses. Funa yasikhulumeni ngama verse ayi3, sizwe ukuthi iBhayibheli lona lithini kahle kahle about choices, ne? Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6. Because of time I will read, but you can make notes. Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. So this verse encourages reliance on God when making decisions over our own limited knowledge. Iqiniso elikhona is ukuthi we are not encyclopedias. So angeke sibe kwazi wonke, but ukhona umuntu owazi wonke, and that is God. So kumele si rely kuye when making decisions. Second verse is Deuteronomy 30 verse 19. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19. Itiona. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Now, le verse lena, it highlights the importance of making choices that lead to life and blessings. And also, it highlights ukuthi ama choices nama decisions were to impact or affect other people. Because the key phrase here is, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. There is a popular saying, the sins of the father will visit upon the son. So if thina singayenza ama decisions are wrong or singabazali, we need to know ukuthi one way or the other we are affecting abantwana bethu. All right. Let's go to Isaiah 30 verse 21. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Yazi uyazi umuntu ehlala ethi yazi but kunento akade ngitshela. Kunento akade ngitshela ukuthi no man mangingahambi lapha ya but mina ngahamba. Na ivesi yasitshela ukuthi lento le akade kutshela yizwi elithi lona, you will hear a voice saying, this is the way, walk in it. This emphasizes God's guidance in our decision making. We always say, abantu, we've got 5 senses, ne? But there is the 6th sense. That 6th sense is your gut. So that gut kusuka kungunkulunkulu ekutshela ukuthi mamela lana right, lana wrong. But inkinga yethu kasilaleli. Kasilaleli, that's the sad reality. So ngifuna ukuhighlighta this thing as well. There are choices that we make out of our own free will. And kunama choices esiwenza not out of our own free will. Sifostwa ngama circumstances. But still, that doesn't take away our ability and our right to be able to make the right choice. And ngicela ukuthi ngisebenzise these 4 examples. Asibhekeni istory sika Joseph. Joseph literally, he had no bearing whatsoever ngokuthi uzo end up ese-Egypt. Joseph wafela ukuthi wayethandwa ngubaba wakhe. His brothers hated him because of the love that he got from his father. Eventually that led to him almost getting killed, but ended up being sold to the Egyptians. But all of that was God's plan, right? Ngicela siyibambe nini leyo nto leyo. All of that was God's plan. Because God knew ukuthi there was going to be 7 years of famine whereby abantwana baka Israel are going to need food supplies. And he knew ukuthi the person that he wanted ukuthi abe there for abantwana baka Israel, it was Joseph. So he had to devise a plan to get Joseph to Egypt. Because I want to believe ukuthi if he had told to Joseph, ukuthi Joseph, listen, I want you to pack your bags and go to Egypt, Joseph would have said, no, God, ngiyabengiseyakwenzani le. So sometimes when things don't go according our way, when we feel we are taken, when we feel we've been taken or deprived of the right to make the choice, let us trust in God, because that is also part of his plan. Right. Let's look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These 3 guys, because they stood their ground. They could have decided to join the armed masses. But no, we are not going to do it because this highlights the idea of mob psychology. Sometimes we are so insecure in ourselves ukuthi siyesaba ukwenza ama decisions aqondileyo simele iqiniso because abantu bazothini, umama uzothini, umphakathi uzothini, ubaba uzothini, bese sihamba with the masses because we want to belong. Let me tell you something, bazalwane. When you stand for the truth, be prepared to stand alone. Because ungafuna ukuthi uhambe ne group, even if a group is supporter into a wrong, then now you are branded and painted with the same brush because now usendaweni a wrong. Let's look at Daniel. Daniel's story is very much similar to Shadrach, no Meshach, no Abednego. He also could have said, let me conform to what the king is saying. But he stood his ground as well. Understand? He stood his ground. What you mean? So if it means that I must die, let me die. Nansi story singichaza kakhulu. SS4. Esika Saul. Ungathatha ukubheka out of all these 3 guys, all these 3 stories that I've spoken about, they had one thing in common. The things that happened to them were beyond their control. They could not choose ukuthi bathi hayi no thina uze sisinde ithi senze kanje. No, babethathelwe, babe forced. But uSaul, before he became Paul, uSaul, he knew what he was doing. It was his choice. I want to persecute Christians. I want to kill them. I want to murder them. I want to make them uncomfortable. But here is his turning point. On his way to Damascus, he had this encounter with God that changed his life. So I want to say to you today, if now you are on that path whereby you're making wrong choices, you're making wrong decisions, you are cheating, you are stealing, you are not being obedient to God, may you have that encounter with God. You are on your way to Damascus, so may you have that lightning. It will strike, not because uNkulunkulu uyakuzonda, but because God is saying, now is my time. Now I want you to make the right choice. Because unfortunately, sometimes for us to make the right choices, we need someone, we need something ezofika isizwise ubuhlungu because yikho lapho esilalela khona. Unfortunately, as people, unfortunately, as human beings, sometimes sizwa ngokuzwiswa ubuhlungu. Sifana nenkomo ezisemfolweni zilima. Uma ngabe iphuma emfolweni, uyikhuze ngokhwelo, uyibize ingakulaleli, but ma uyifaka umchilo iyabuyela emfolweni. Sometimes sizwa kanjalo. Kuba buhlungu. It's painful. It hurts. But in God's ways, it is necessary. Sometimes you will lose your job. You will lose a car. You will lose money. You will lose a loved one simply because you've been making the wrong choices. You've been making the wrong decisions. And now God says, I want to step in, ngikufake endleleni so ngizokuzwisa ubuhlungu ukuze ungilalele. Every day, every minute, we make choices. We make decisions. Kumele sekunanzelele ukuthi ama choices esiwenzayo nama decisions ethu anama outcomes. What we are right now is a sum total of every decision that we have made in the past. You are where you are because of the decisions that you have made in the past. And there's only one person that you can hold responsible. It's you. No one else but you. I want to say this statement. It actually speaks into some of the factors that influence our decision making. Statement Leslie, it is wrong to believe that something is right when it is wrong, even when the majority votes in favor of it. So only because the masses, but I know asenze nini kanje, even if into is wrong, it's wrong. All right. I want to share some tips. I wrote down 5 tips in helping us make the right choices and decisions. Tip number 1. In making your decision, ask yourself this question. Is it in favor of or in detriment of? Is this decision that I'm about to make in favor of or in detriment of? Don't just make a decision for the sake of making a decision. If you decide ukuthi you want to go and take a walk in Hillbrow ngo-12 ebusuku, that's a choice and a decision that you have made. So uma usubanjwa inkunzi wagwazwa walimala, don't blame anyone. You made that decision. Angithi? So you need to ask yourself, is it in favor of? Is it in detriment of? If you decide not to study for your exams, when you fail, don't blame anyone because you made that decision. Right? I normally say this, and it's an example that maybe it's hard hitting, but because it's endlini kaNkulunkulu, so we're going to tell the truth and speak the facts. Unfortunately, majority of our firstborn wethu, they are unplanned. They are actually a result of the bad decisions and choices that we have made. As much as it hurts, that is the truth. Because tell me this, when you start engaging in sexual activities before you are actually married, what do you expect to be the end result? What do you expect? And the sad part of it is, mase sinabo laba abantwana sibathatha siyebashiya nabo gogo emakhaya ukuthi babagcine. Abazali bethu sebebuyela babe ngabazali futhi instead of them enjoying their last years. That is very unfair. That is very unfair. Sizokhuluma ngayo later futhi. Second point, do your research. Do your research. Gather all the facts. Here is the sad thing about us human beings. Iqiniso siyalesaba. So sometimes we deliberately ignore the research part because we are scared of the facts that we're going to be faced with when making that decision. You will realize ukuthi majority of immigrants in this country abanamaphepha. And it's not an issue of which it's virtually impossible to get papers, but it's an issue of people know that the process is long and tedious and they do not have the time yokuthi bayenze that research, go to the people that know, find out ukuthi ngenze njani ukuze ngithole amaphepha. If you go to the Department of Home Affairs website right now, you'll find the gazetted critical skills list EGA 2023. You won't believe if I tell you ukuthi one of the critical skills list is air conditioning and refrigeration, and all that it wants is grade 11 kuphela. And then you hear people saying ukuthi anginamaphepha. Do your research, gather the facts, ask. Do not be afraid to ask, because enye into esenza singafuni ukwenza i-research sithanda ama-shortcut, ama-get rich quick schemes. That is why sizodliwa izimali kuma-pyramid schemes. That is why sizoluza. That is why isikhathi sizoshiya. Because the sad reality of it is, if you are here, if you are in a foreign country, ungenamaphepha, you have children, what are you saying to those children? Bazokhula nabo bengenamaphepha futhi. Let us tell the truth, bazalwane. Let us face the facts. Zinjengoba. Number 3, be honest with yourself. Be realistic. Right? I made a note here and I said, everything starts off as a dream. Right? But the moment you start planning, keyword is plan. The moment you start planning to achieve that dream, then that dream becomes a goal. And all of a sudden it becomes realistic. Right? So we are allowed to dream. Actually, we must all dream. Because once we stop dreaming, then life stops happening. Because then what are you living for? Dream. And then once you've got that dream, plan to achieve that dream because it becomes a goal. And then once it is a goal, you now use the SMART goals acronym to attain your goal. So your SMART goals, SMART means S is for specific. Your goal must be specific. Let's use a very simple example. Let's say you want to save 1,000 rand by the end of the year. It's a very specific goal. You just did not say, "Uti, ngifuna ukusave imali." Ungathi ngifuna ukusave imali, then it's not specific. It might just as well stay a dream. But if you say, "I want to save 1,000 rand ngonyaka," now you know, okay, 1,000 rand, there is 12 months in a year. Let me start planning for it. How do I achieve that 12 months in a year? Your M is for measurable. That same goal, it must be measurable because you've given yourself a timeline on it. So kumele measure every month, measure how much did I save. Second month, how much did I save? If you've got a goal but you're not measuring it, then you're wasting time. You might just as well start afresh. You're wasting time. So you must measure your goals. A is for achievable. Your goal must be achievable. Angingathi ngingusibindi ngimile phambi kwenu ngithi mina ngifuna ukuthi kusiya ukuthi 31 December ngibe sengine million rands in my account. That's not achievable. It's not achievable. So set yourself a goal that is achievable. Abelungu bathi when eating an elephant, eat it one bite at a time. So that's what makes eating the whole elephant achievable. Because you're eating it one bite at a time. You are not saying ngifuna umlenze wonke ngike ngiqede today. It's not going to happen. Right? R is for realistic. Realistic. Your goal that you set yourself must be realistic. Because if it's not, then it's just a pipe dream. Kuyoba nzima ukuthi we achieve. All right? And then your R. So we're talking about R, it's realistic. T, time years. Yonke into kumele uyenze nge-timeline, bantu abahle. You need to do everything in a timeline. So kumele usifakele i-timeline, like I said, you want to save 1,000 rand in 12 months. Already you have set a timeline. I want to say this especially to young people because I feel they miss it. They miss it a lot. Young people, you don't have time. You think you've got time, but you actually don't. You don't have time at all. Let me tell you why you don't have time. On average, you finish your matric maybe on about 18, 19. You go there, welcome your starter, whatever you're studying, that's about 4 years, maybe 5 years. So get down about 23. If you look at all the job adverts that are posted, they'll tell you the ideal candidate must be between the ages of 23, 24 to 36. 23, 24 to 36. But we want 5 years experience. When you're 23, so fundil, I'll be now 5 years experience less. Now, 5 years experience less, you are 28. Remember, as we are working towards that goal, you also have a life to live. You want to start a family. You want to also have a social life. By the time you get to a point whereby you are still within the employment bracket, then all of a sudden you become unemployable. So this is something that we miss kakhulu. So that's why I'm specifically directing this to young people. Uguti, I understand the whole thing about gap year and all of that, but that gap year, what are you doing with it? During that gap year, wenzani ngayo? Because the reality is you don't have time. And by the way, the life expectancy has dropped down Fundisi from 40 to 38. If you notice, majority of the people that are dying, they are around 38 years. And you only have one life to live. So manage your time wisely. All right. Point number 4. Consider how your choice or decision affects other people. Nginokuthi mina ungathatha a little stone and drop it emanzini. Look at the ripples. Look at where the last ripple is at. Similar to your decision. You need to ask yourself, let decision engiyenzayo i-affecta abantu abangaki njalo iba affecta njani? Asicabangele nabanye abantu. Let's not be selfish. Ingazicabangeli thina. Last and most importantly, seek counsel. Seek counsel. Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6. The very first verse that I read. Seek counsel from the one and almighty God. Nkulunkulu, I need to make this choice. I need to make this decision. Let me not rely on my own limited understanding and information. Ngicela ungisize nkulunkulu wami ukuthi ngiyenze i-decision eqondile that is going to benefit me, that is going to benefit the people around me, that is going to benefit everyone, and most importantly, that will also preach your gospel, because by our way of life, sishumayela izwi likaNkulunkulu. By what we do every day, sishumayela izwi likaNkulunkulu. Believe you me, there is someone that is looking at you every day. Ati, if only I could have what ulwana anako, or if only I could live half the life ephilwa ngubaba umkhwa. But sometimes sisuka thina sibe so focused on izinto ezi-wrong, sisuke simise the attitude of gratitude. Paul in Timothy 6 verse 8, uthi as long as we have food and clothes, we will be content. Sometimes siyakhohlwa ukuba content. Siyacomplaina kakhulu, sikhale kakhulu. But yet there's someone out there who has got it worse than us. So asingakhohlwani ukuthi each and every moment sithathe isikhathi simbonge uNkulunkulu, simpraise, sicela ukuthi asikhansele, asiguide in our decision and choices making. Yabo.